everyone, and happy fall. It's the first day of fall, and that is my favorite season. I love when it starts getting cool out and you get to drink warm drinks and sweaters and cuddling, and I love fall. It's my favorite. So as you can tell from the title, I will be talking about what I plan to read this fall. Hopefully Mother Nature gets it together, because it's still like 95 degrees and it's really annoying. Like, come on, lady. So let's go ahead and get into the books. We will start with King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. I actually started this book this morning, and it is the third book in the Red Queen series. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I first started the Red Queen, I kind of came in with an opinion already formed because I had heard so much about it, and a lot of people complained. They're like, she's just copying other stories. It's too much of this and that. And so they stopped reading after the first one. Well, while I was reading Red Queen, I kind of agreed. Like, I was just like, I feel like I've heard this story before, until the very end. And I'm not gonna do any spoilers, so don't worry. But at the very end, she hooked me. I was officially hooked. So I got the second one at the library, and I just finished it yesterday. And so I had to get the third, and I am really sad because there's another one coming, but not until May of next year. And so I'm just dying to know what happens. But anyways, this one isn't really fall themed. Some of these you'll see are like horror or paranormal. But this is just because I'm in this series currently. The next book I am going to be reading is Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix. It is the fifth one in the series, I'm pretty sure. I've been just really enjoying rereading Harry Potter. So I'd like to get through that one. And I also want to get through Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince in the next couple months as well. And moving on to the next book on my list is The Weight of Silence by Heather Gudenkoff? I'm not really sure. And this one sounds really good, but I'm gonna go ahead and just read the back. Heather Gudenkoff ensnares listeners in the spellbinding web of her suspense-filled debut novel as the mysterious disappearance of two 7-year-old girls dredges up unsettling suspicions and painful secrets in a small Iowa town. Dragged into the woods in pre-dawn darkness, little Callie Clark wants to scream, but she can't. She hasn't breathed a word since being traumatized as a toddler. Soon, her best friend Petra, Callie's voice for the last 3 years, peers through her bedroom window and is lured into the same woods. Already haunted by the unsolved murder of another local girl who was recently snatched from her home, Sheriff Martin launches an immediate search for the missing children. In this riveting tale, seamlessly told from multiple perspectives, tension builds while fear and desperation pit neighbor against neighbor. Brilliantly illuminating such characters as a drunken wife-beater and a vengeful professor, a mesmerizing performance by a full cast of narrators keeps the listeners in rapt attention right through the stunning conclusion. So this is definitely like mystery, murder mystery, so I think that's perfect for the fall season, and it sounds good. Moving on is Dreamcatcher by Stephen King, and I mean, this is my copy, I own it, but I will probably still get the audiobook just because preparing for a market/craft show in December, and I need to make sure I have enough inventory, and so my favorite thing to do is crochet and listen to an audiobook. And so lots of crocheting means lots of listening. That's why there's 10 books on this list, and I will probably get through all of them. Anyways, so yeah, Dreamcatcher by Stephen King. Anyways, it says that 4 boys stood together and did a brave thing, perhaps even a great thing, something that changed them in ways they could never understand. And then 25 years later, they're all men with separate lives and separate troubles, but the ties endure. Each hunting season, the foursome reunited in the woods of Maine. This year, a stranger stumbles into their camp, disoriented, mumbling something about lights in the sky. His incoherent ravings prove to be disturbingly prescient. Before long, these men will be plunged into a horrifying struggle with a creature from another world. Their only chance of survival is locked in their past, in the Dreamcatcher. This one's about aliens, basically, is what I'm gathering. Also on my list is The Revenge of the Shadow King by Derek Bentz and J.S. Lewis. And this one is about kids who, this group of kids, they are really big into playing this game. Oh, it's just from a card game. But anyways, these creatures start appearing in their backyard and only they can see them. And so they have to like understand what's going on and stop them. So could be interesting. And then also, I don't have copies of these yet. I'm gonna get them from my library. I do plan to read I Am Legend by Richard Matheson, and if you've seen the movie, I mean, from the description on Goodreads, it sounds really similar, only they're vampires. So I heard it got really good reviews, and it's a really creepy book, so I'm excited to read it. I also plan to read Jenny Pox by J.L. Bryan, which I already have read before, so I'll just be rereading it. But I was thinking about this book a while ago, and I definitely recommend it for anybody. It's such a good book. I'm pretty sure it's a young adult book, and it was really good. This girl has a disease. Well, she thinks she has the disease, and she always has to wear gloves because if she touches you, you like become infected and die with like these pox. And it turns out there are others like her that she meets, and there are others that are like evil, and it's a really good book. It's like paranormal, so I'm gonna reread that because, I mean, who doesn't like spooky stuff during Halloween time? I also want to read One for Sorrow, a ghost story by Mary Downing Hahn. This one takes place in 1918. She is a girl who befriends another little girl. I don't remember their names, but the new friend is considered kind of like a loser, and then so she becomes friends with the new, or like the popular kids, and then outcast girl. She dies from the flu, and she comes back and like haunts the girls, and she wants to still be friends with the main character. I just butchered that, but I thought it sounded good. I also really want to read Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo. But I did hear that you need to read Shadow and Bone first to really kind of understand the layout of like their world and stuff. So Shadow and Bone is on my list, so I hope I can get to that one as well. And lastly on my list is The Raven Boys by Maggie, oh my gosh, Stiefvater. I apologize, I don't know. But this one is about spirits as well. It's paranormal. And anyway, so what I've gathered from the description is that there are seers and non-seers, and on a certain holiday, if you're a non-seer but you see a spirit, there's only two reasons. You either love them or you killed them. And a non-seer sees a spirit but can't figure out why, and it just seems really intriguing. I would look that one up if I were you too. That is it. I say that's it, like there's not 100 books on my list, but like I said, I have a lot of crocheting to do. We're talking hours every night after my kids go to sleep, and I love listening to my story while I crochet and craft. So yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read any of these books or you are gonna read them also, leave a comment, and then we can chat about it. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!